live. Yeah, we going live. Hey, we going live. Yeah, we going live. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
All right, so now this week we have an onto the real. We haven't had one of these. Did we have one last week? I can't remember. Or did we do?
Yeah, we had onto the real.
Onto the real last week.
Yeah,
that's right, we did. So this is somebody that a lot of people know. But I felt like it was important to highlight him. One, because he's done so much, but two, I respect this dude because he stepped up to the plate with this whole AB thing and kind of stood his ground to say, I'm not going to be a part of this judging him thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that so much because he could honestly have a lot at stake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming and standing against what the status quo says, right? But I appreciated his stance. And so that kind of put him in the radar to say, you know what, let's highlight him. Yeah. And of course, I'm talking about Michael Strahan.
Yes.
Former New York Giant.
Played his entire career with the Giants.
His entire career.
Played his entire career with the Giants and is currently, or still, not currently, but he's still the sack leader for sacks in the season.
Okay. 15 seasons. Yeah, that's a dominant career as a dominant pass rusher in that whole time. Like he really brought some of the ones that you even still see now, like Jason Pierre-Paul, like those people came up under him. Like they came. Yeah. So
won 2 Super Bowls. Beat Tom Brady both times.
Yes. Gotta love that.
Yes. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
He beat Tom Brady and
he beat Tom Brady once.
Season. That was his last season.
That he didn't play in the 2012 Super Bowl.
No, 2007 was his last season. So he beat Tom Brady. His yeah. But since he retired from football, let's just say he's reinvented himself. That's why he's our onto the real. Him and Steve Harvey, they the hardest working black men in Hollywood in my mind. Because every time we turn around, he's on something. So of course he does do sports commentation. He's one of the personalities you see on Fox for sports. But on top of that, he is one of the co-hosts for Good Morning America. And he hosts 1 or 2 different, maybe I know of 1, maybe 2 game shows. So just all around good dude. Love his personality. Think he is probably one of the I don't want to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'll just say this. His personality has made him safe.
Yeah.
To people. I'll say it like that. Because he's a big assuming dude.
Yeah. But
they don't see that. It's his personality that shines bigger than his body, like bigger than his stature is his personality and his famous gap that he still very much so embraces. So like I just love this dude, and I'm sure he has a clothing line as well because he outfits the Jackson State University football team. So again, like I said, him and Steve Harvey neck and neck in this thing. So he's definitely, that's to be able to dominate in one arena and then pivot and change and dominate in another arena the way that he has is pretty impressive.
That's the definition really of onto the real.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
And so shout out to him. He's one of my favorite players of all time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So we got a couple of, they're similar, we'll say. Our feel good final thought.
Mm-hmm.
So we just decided to include them together. And both stories are about the kindness of the organization or players, and seeing, and what I'll say is this, seeing the ordinary, everyday person. First story, the Rams have given Super Bowl tickets to their head custodian and his sons.
Wow.
Called him into the office. He was like, if you had seen the look on his face, he was like, oh God, what's wrong? And when they said to him that they had gotten him tickets to the game,
You're on mute.
so what I was saying is, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your position is. You should have the opportunity to be celebrated. And everybody plays a role, and we should all have that opportunity to play a role. And so I'm so excited that he got this chance to, they got a chance to celebrate him.
Yeah. Shout out to the Rams player who initiated this was Brandin Cooks.
Love it.
And the name of the player was, the name of the person who received it was Alfonso Garcia.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. So the other part of this is, again, somebody, an NFL player, seeing somebody and appreciating who they are.
Yeah.
So Zach Wilson and I think a couple of other players were out eating breakfast, I believe it was, at a local restaurant in New York somewhere, small little diner kind of place. And their waitress happened to mention, when she figured out who he was, she was a little awestruck. And she told him how much her son loved the Jets and loves him. And so, she went on doing what she did. She just shared that and kept it moving, not looking, for anything. And as he got ready to leave the restaurant, he called her over and he told her that he was going to he walked over to her and told her, I'm giving you tickets to the game that Sunday that was coming up. And she was like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure you and your sons have tickets to the game. And she was just floored. And even her coworkers knew about how much her sons love the Jets. And so they were excited for her that she met him, first of all, and took pictures with him, because he took pictures with her and all kind of stuff. She was like, I need to call my son right now. So he can say that. Like, it was so cool. So shout out to him too for just seeing her.
Yeah.
And appreciating her appreciation of him and the team.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He looks like he's going to be a rock star in New York for at least a few years.
Yeah, they finally getting a groove together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Even the way they played Tampa Bay, tough to the very end. I was like, God dog it. Like
they've been playing like this for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
So it's like it's something that I hope kind of translates. Because I remember the years, and this was pre what's the head coach who they got him from. He has a twin brother, defensive coach. Twin brother, they got him from the Ravens.
Brother. You talking about Raw? No.
Yeah, no, but the brother.
The long hair.
Yeah, the brother has the long hair. He's still coaching. The other brother is on ESPN in the morning.
Yes, I know you're talking. Why can't
I cannot think of his name.
His name is Rob something.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it is right now. Why can't I think of? He was the Bills coach. Brother was the Bills coach.
Rex Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rex Ryan. Bills coach. So Rob Ryan, that's his name. Yep.
And I was gonna say pre-Rex Ryan. Back when in the late 90s when the Jets were pretty good. I remember those teams, and I just remember kind of, you know, the Giants for most New Yorkers have been like the primary team, but then you've had some players or some people be fan of the Jets, and when the Jets were doing pretty good, you could see like, you know.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Lakers and Clippers.
Yeah. And it was a year in there. Yes, it's just like that.
Yep.
There was a year in there where people were hoping that to have a Giants-Jets Super Bowl. I believe it's when the Ravens went and beat. I want to say it's that year when the Ravens beat the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully this is them on their way back.
Yes, that'll be awesome. I would love to see it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
The Giants show ain't doing nothing, and they done get him anyway. So yeah, go ahead, do it, Robin.
Yes.
All right. So show picks.
Yes.
You watching?
The harder they fall. When I tell you, I was, and this is how much of a nerd I am. When I wasn't familiar with like the movie and the storyline of it at all, anything like that. But when I saw that one of the characters in the movie was Bass Reeves, who was an actual person in history, he was, you know, because the story was part fiction. But they use, I guess, some real life characters in it. I got super excited because I remember reading the book to Jack and telling him about the story of Bass Reeves. So I got all super hyped with it.
Oh, such a nerd. I love it.
Yeah, so The Harder They Fall, good movie. Good movie if you haven't seen it.
Okay. I said I wanted to watch it. Some stuff I have to prepare myself for. Yeah, so I said I wanted to watch it though.
Yeah.
So for me, it was Bruised. Again, something I had to prepare myself to watch.
I was about to say, I think I got to prepare myself for that too.
But Halle Berry did her thing.
Did she?
Which I was not expecting, because this is not typical for her. She played a former MMA fighter who was going back into the ring. So
I had to prepare myself for that one too.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I had to prepare myself. Like Halle Berry, MMA. Like,
yeah, that's why.
What are we doing? Like, huh? But it really was. It was a good story. I will say.
Okay.
It was a good story. I wondered if it was true, because I was like, man, they did such a good job of the story itself. It wasn't even about her fighting or any of that was impressive. It was the story.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's what I've been watching quite a few things as in this recovery stage, but yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're at the end of another one, at the end of 143.
Yes, 143.
And so I will attempt to do this week, since you won't be here next week. I might want to try for the first time. So we would love to hear from you all. We appreciate you all always rocking with us. So if you have any comments, you want to participate in the show, anything like that, hit us up. So I'll give you the ways to hit us up. Email, fieldgoodfinalthought@gmail.com. Twitter, fieldgoodfinalthought,
Mm-hmm.
IG is @fieldgoodfinalthought. Facebook is just what you see behind me, Field to the Real Podcast. And the same with YouTube, Field to the Real Podcast. So those are the ways that you can reach out to us. Please go share, like, subscribe to our YouTube page. If you go to our Facebook page, you will get everything that comes to our YouTube page. You'll get the notification, so you'll know when new content is put out. And again, tell us who's really right before Monday this week of who will win. And yeah, I guess that's it. Brother, thank you for getting me ready. This is scary. Not having you is gonna be scary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you. But I'm excited about the why.
Yeah.
And yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you acting like you ain't gonna talk to me in 6 weeks.
Oh no, listen. I'm gonna be getting plenty of pics.
I'm about to say, you're gonna get a whole bunch of pics and updates and all that.
And all kind of stuff. So no, that's not what I'm saying. We just won't be doing this together.
Right. True.
So,
and after like you were gone for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like when the episode you came back, it was like, man, like
yeah.
It felt good.
Yeah. So here
I understand.
Yeah, coming to this fork in the road as you go and do daddy duties, and I'm gonna go and keep us rocking.
Yes.
Next week I'm excited. Our first guest is somebody that Jared and I both know very well.
Yes.
Awesome person. So you all just stay tuned. I'll be putting some things out. You'll probably see it on our IG or any of our social media probably. As we get closer to next week and having our first special guest co-host with me. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
We out.
Peace.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.